Greetings everybody of Kind Games Online. Welcome back to more Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. In the last episode, we found our way into this place, which is definitely not Tartarus. Not anymore. In this episode, let's investigate the labyrinth. Let's go to wonderland. This will be our team. Let's head on in.
What is this place?
Careful! I do sense shadows in there.
The world of a children's book, huh? Seems like the perfect place to run into something.
Ray, there's no need to be scared.
I can explain this myself. X is your menu. We have change system settings. Encyclopedia, best freaking name for an encyclopedia ever. Configuration, which I do believe is settings. Yes, that does seem to be the case. Yes, it is. Load and return to title. We have our skills, which we've only got. Well, we have Serene Journey, but that's a passive skill. I'll go over what those symbols mean later and what those moves do. We have your items, we don't have any. Equipment, we just have our defaults. Our status. And the battle formation, where we can readjust our battle formation as such, so we can put people in the front row, put people in the back row. We can move with the D-pad. With hold B, we can look around. Well, we hold B and then we can use the analog stick to look around. Very nice here. Can use the left and right to strafe.
It's this way.
And let's go through here.
know?
Oh.
That was very kind of him. Alright. Well, we have items now. Let's go this way. Here we go. So I can explain this. I also hope you guys enjoyed this battle theme. It is really good.
Shadows. Some of them are unidentified. Prepare to be executed.
So, we have our party info with R. Analyze enemies. And see what they are weak to if we've already used something on them. We can rush with X, which I'm not going to do because that's just physically attacking them. So, as for our commands, we have your basic attack, which is just a physical attack. We have skill, where you can use the skill, in this case, Agi. We have leader skill, which only the protagonist can do, which we'll get into once we're able to use a leader skill. For now, we've only got one leader skill, and that bar on the right that says 0, that's your leader skill bar. As you battle, that bar is going to go up, and then you'll get up to 5 points that you can use on leader skills. We have our items if we want to use any. We've only got medicines and we don't need to use them. We have defend where we can take less damage, but I'm not going to do that. We can change where we're located. And we can run. But let's get into this. Let's use Agi, Zio, Teardrop, Bane Slice, and Bufu.
Come,
Get this show on the road. You can see that I got a boost from that. That's because I struck it with with its weakness. When you strike an enemy with its weakness, you get boost. By getting boost, you're going to be able to, your next turn, you're going to be able to use any attack that you want, and it's going to cost you 0. 0 HP, 0 SP. Magic attacks consume SP, physical attacks consume HP. You might also notice that Akihiko is down. That's because he was struck with his weakness, so he doesn't get an attack this turn. Defense decreased. And yes, in case you forget their weaknesses, you can just throw an analysis on them. So we know this is weak to strike and fire. To go over each of the different elements from left to right, they are slash, strike, pierce, fire, ice, electric, wind, light, dark. Yeah, so I should probably also go into more depth. Slash through pierce, so slash, strike, and pierce, they are all physical attacks. Fire, ice, electric, and wind are all magic attacks. And light and dark are interesting. They have low accuracy, but they are insta-kills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Agi on this guy. Akihiko, you attack this guy because, well, he'll be weak for starters, because this is a Akihiko focuses on strike. And Teardrop costs us nothing because we have boost, so let's go ahead and attack this back guy. You two can just attack this guy, and Material, you can just use Bufu on him. Also, those who have boosts will be going first.
Come on, Caster!
Alright.
This is it!
Whack. You are still dead, sir.
It's eliminated.
Goodbye.
This victory was built on our past experience.
Well, that wasn't that bad.
Akihiko-senpai, are you alright? Your health's gone down quite a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to use an IM now, but hey, what are you gonna do? Oh, that is also not good. It looks like this is gonna be one of those games where I've only got so much room in my inventory. Looks like I have a maximum of 60 items in my inventory. So, you see that blue circle in the bottom right corner of the top screen? So, the screen that you see in the top left corner? That is basically your enemy reader, which it'll make more sense as we go along. We're just gonna travel through here, though.
I searched ahead, and I think there's still a long ways to go.
That much, huh? Shouldn't we go back for now?
Yeah, we should keep our strength up as much as we can before moving on.
What?
That might be smart.
No, you're right. Let's head back for the time being.
Yeah, why not? Let's head back. Hopefully we won't run into any enemies. Yes, so we can run now. If we hold down the B button and use the D-pad, we can run. Uh-oh, we're getting into a battle.
3 shadows. Some of them are unidentified.
I won't let up.
Fun. Alright, what? Analyze. You are weak to fire, so I'm going to want to attack you. This guy we don't know his weakness, so let's use Agi on this guy. Let's just physically attack this guy. It's a bash attack, so I think that qualifies as strike. Yeah, let's attack this guy. Sun and Ray. Cut attack, so that's slash. You two just physically attack this guy in the front. And Bufu on this guy. Also, this battle music is amazing. I'm not sure if I said that enough. Also, that's not good. So, in previous Persona games, if the main protagonist goes down, then it's game over. In this game, fortunately, that's not the case. And it's just going to be simply your whole party has to fall for that to happen.
We're doing
Smart.
good in it, so we could all go.
You better believe it. So what I just did is an all-out attack. The way this works is sometimes you'll be given an all-out attack, and
Please heal him. How's your health?
the more people that have boost, the higher your chances are of getting an all-out attack. Just attack. I'll just use Z on him. Take advantage of my boost. You'll also know if you have boost because skill will be glowing. This guy's so dead.
We're done.
Goodbye.
Good bout. Can't wait for the next one.
We got shadow
sorry.
pieces.
But I lack the energy to do much more.
All right, let's go.
Well, we're heading back now, Mitsuru, so let's get out of here. Yes, let's leave the labyrinth.
Welcome back, everyone. I searched ahead and picked up on a unique reading further into the labyrinth. I think it might be a giant shadow. A giant shadow. It's probably a strong one, too.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had a feeling that would be the case. If so, then we must be fully prepared.
Prepared? In what way?
Well, for a start, weapons to attack with, armor to protect ourselves, items that could be useful on the search, and above all else, someplace where we can recover. Not that we've seen any of those things around here.
If we cannot update our equipment, I predict that we will face heavy odds.
If only we could hit up the Polonia Mall.
Would this be insufficient? It's a projectile device that uses nearby objects. Its effect changes depending on what it fires. Why don't you all use one too?
It's a nice offer, but we all have our own weapons we like. If that's all we get, fine, but we'll be much better in a fight if we can use the stuff we know.
I see. Different weapons for each of you.
I think there might be some. There's a place I know.
Where?
It has tons of stuff. Let's all go there together. And we can swing by the donut shop on our way.
Handcrafted workshop. Was it always like this?
Zen! Strawberries! They're like berries full of straw!
Yes.
Is that the true origin of the word strawberry?
No.
Of course not. That's way too nasty sounding to be true.
Look, there are swords here. You could use these to...
Huh? These are toy swords. Are they no good?
Unfortunately.
It's all right. We siblings will lend you our assistance.
Yes, Theo will be happy to do so.
Elizabeth, very well then. Well then, everyone. Please allow me to create equipment and expendables for you here.
Are you going to make them?
I am still in the midst of learning the process, but I do have some knowledge of it. You will come across different materials when you defeat shadows in the labyrinth. Please bring them to me so that I may turn them into weapons, armor, and expendables.
Materials.
It would be faster to show rather than tell. Here goes. And it's done! What do you think?
That much from just that one material? Not bad, Theodore.
As you
And
have
a
just
go-home.
witnessed, I will create equipment and expendables for you.
We will need payment for them.
We will?
That is how a contract works. It's a means of compensation so that you don't slack off. Put simply, a give-and-take system is necessary.
I see. Well then, though it wounds me to do so, I will charge a suitable price for said items. I will do my utmost to be of assistance to you, so I hope we get along well. One moment. What you hold there is a fascinating piece of a shadow. It's very rare. I've never seen a piece shaped like this. Oh, it was just lent.
Good job, Theodore. Are you going to be okay?
Why do you ask? I don't feel as if I'm injured anywhere.
No, not like
There is
that.
one other thing. Carrying all your things around would be burdensome, so why not leave what you don't need here? If you hand it over to Theo, it'll be stored somewhere, such as an unused shelf.
Impressive. Most thoughtful of you, Elizabeth.
Yes, because in this game we have limited inventory space, so that might be a bit helpful. Just a
She's
bit.
still forcing her bro to do all the work.
Well, Theo, you are now the master of this establishment. Do your duty well and try not to embarrass yourself. Here, a present for you. It is a uniform that I prepared for just such an occasion.
Elizabeth, thank you. I will do my best to not disgrace our master in your name, and... Surely you didn't mean this is my present?
Theodore, I think you're forgetting that you're talking to Elizabeth here, who...
Why
Never
not
mind.
try it on? Why not try it on?
Very well. Is this the correct way to wear it?
Perfect.
Yikes. Now that I see it on you...
What is it?
It's a strawberry! Bears like to sip from them with straws.
So the name has a double meaning.
Yeah.
Ray-san is giving Aiga-san some funny ideas.
I agree.
Moving along now. You asked for a place to recuperate, yes? That can easily be arranged. I have something in mind. If you'll all follow me...
Elizabeth, are you planning to finish that sentence from before?
It's an ordinary nurse's office.
This is slightly disappointing.
With more time, I could have made some adjustments for comfort, but we'll have to make do. I will set things up so that your stamina can be healed here. Whenever you return from the labyrinth, please remember to come here.
That will help us a lot,
It
indeed.
is our duty to aid our guest. Though we may be busy or the work tiresome, we will carry it out. That is why I insist on asking for payment for my services.
Payments.
As I mentioned, this world mandates a give-and-take system. I cannot go against such laws either. In any case, that should help you prepare yourselves for battle. If you have a tough time fighting the shadows, I recommend that you reconsider your equipment. Deciding who will fight in battle is also important. Don't forget to set a good formation. Well then, I bid you good luck on your way.
Okay then.
Since she brought it up, why don't we reconsider our formation? Now that we're all going to pitch in, I think we need to decide on who will stand and fight in battle.
Alright then.
There's something you have to keep in mind when setting your formation. There's a front line and a back line. The ones in back will take less damage from enemy attacks. But if you put close-range fighters in back, their attacks will be weak if they can reach at all.
Like, I'm good at fighting close up, so I won't be able to hit some enemies from the back line.
Yukari-san, Ken-san, Zen-san, and I are capable of attacking from the rear without difficulty.
You should take the weapons we use into consideration when deciding on an ideal formation. Whether we concentrate on offense, fortify our defenses, or take a balanced approach is all up to you.
Our positions aren't set in stone, of course. Try moving people around depending on the situation.
Alright. Yes, I can change party members. So, who do I want? Let's bring in Yukari and Junpei. I guess Ken. So what I want to do is I want to be using different team members each time and keep everyone fairly balanced. So for now, Koromaru is going to sit out, and these four are going to sit out because we already had them. But I'll bring in Koromaru at a later point. So to go over real quick, this might also help you with your battle formation. Each of these characters specifies a specific type. So, the main character by default specifies in fire, Yukari specifies in wind, Junpei is fire, Akihiko is electric, Mitsuru is ice, I guess is physical, Ken is light and partially electric, Koromaru is dark and partially fire, Shinjiro is physical, and Zen and Rei, well, they're Zen and Rei. I can't really speak from experience since they're new characters. Gee, what's a range? Let's put you there. That's gonna be our arrangement. Squad? Oh, you can register parties. Interesting. Yes, I can explain this. Nurse's office, because we're gonna need some healing.
Will be
Heal. 100 yen, I can pay for that. Alright. Workshop. We're gonna need to up our equipment. Let's go ahead and sell all materials. If you play Persona 4, it's very similar to the weapon buying mechanic from there. Now we have a combat dress and a leather dog suit available. We can also sell some of our other weapons if we need to free up inventory slots, or if we just need to get a bit of extra money. For now, I'm going to go with the equipment that we have. And we'll probably be ending this video pretty soon. But for now, let's actually... Yes, I have a go home. So, that go home, because I never explained what it does, it basically teleports us out if we need to use it in a pinch. We'll probably be ending this episode soon though, so we might fight a few battles. Start from entrance. But we won't be going for long. Alright. Let's get going.
I'll try searching ahead.
Alright.
It's quite different from Tartarus. I can't tell the topography or the exact locations of shadows. Sorry.
If you can't help us navigate, then we'll need some other measure against getting lost.
Would this help?
A
I made it by putting the students' day planners together. I made it to write down where Ray's favorite shops were, but I don't need it now that I've memorized them. Since you're our leader, you should handle marking our path from now on. It'll help keep us from getting lost.
Ah, you're right! Could you draw a map of the places you've been? A reliable map could be very useful for us to escape from this world. Also, it seems there are a number of pretty strong shadows.
That's great news for us.
Since they're so strong, I'll call them by a separate name.
Fusis oikain eidolon.
What?
Fusis oikain eidolon.
Okay.
Saying it twice doesn't help.
It's just as it sounds.
Also, sorry I cut you off there, Junpei.
Very well. We'll go with that. We'll call them FOEs for short.
FOE? Okay. About these FOEs, though, I don't think you'll be able to beat them. You should be able to tell just by looking at one, so don't do anything rash. Just stay out of their way.
You're telling us to run from them?
Putting ourselves in unnecessary danger would be reckless. Discretion is the better part of valor. If you find an FOE, take pains not to fight it, understood?
Well then, please be careful on your way. I'll do my best to back you up.
The rest is up to you. We'll be following your lead.
Finally, it will begin. Time resumes.
Alright, I can explain this myself. So, I'm not going to have to worry about most of this because I'm pretty sure I took some time to turn on auto mapping it, but I will double check that. System, config, auto map on. Good thing I checked that. But the way it works, so I will show in a second, we can draw a map. We have an undo button, we can view the full map, and the 3% you see, that's how much of the map we've filled in. We can erase, and we can use different colors, so on and so forth. So best option would be to make markings for walls. And we have different things, like we have a door, downstairs, arrow, an O, treasure, an event, and a circle, and just a note, which you can customize. I'm not going to be having to worry about most of this because I have auto mapping turned on, but if you're not using auto mapping like I am, then it might be ideal. But I mainly turned on auto mapping for the sake of the Let's Play because I would have to stop a lot for the mapping then. So we want to walk across every space. And we're getting into another battle. Oh great, an enemy advanced too, so they have the advantage now. Ow. Yes, so if your attacks while boosted, you will become unboosted. Also, we can use a Leer skill now if we want to. We can use Healing Breeze. Full HP restored at the end of turn for 3 turns. It's not bad, but I don't think I'm going to need it here, so I might as well save it for when I do need it. Okay, let's... We don't have a data on... We have data on both of these guys for ice only. We have no data on the back guy. Let's use fire. Oh, Junpei, you don't even have Augie yet. You just have Fusion Blast. Alright, then. I guess, by the way, has a special ability known as Orgia, where she will basically be super powerful for a few turns, but you don't have control of her moves. And after a few turns, she will be left vulnerable. Use single stab. Oh, interesting. This will take a bit of getting used to. Yukari's only ability currently is Dia, or Dia. I'm gonna say it's Dia, which is still a good ability because it heals. Do that. And Ken's ability is Hama, which is insta-kill if it hits, but it's also, so to speak, a bit inaccurate. As such, Koromaru has Mudo, which is Darkness. With all that explained, let's see how this results. Hama. And it was weak to it, even better. If an enemy is weak to Hama or Mudo, then it'll have more accuracy. If an enemy is not weak to Hama or Mudo and instead resists it, it will have less accuracy. So that's how that works. Fusion Blast. That finished him off.
Let's have a victory yell!
and Fuka and myself have leveled up. Your blink cards. We'll have to look into that. Let's see what our status is now that we're level 2. You can also see your persona status. So, it looks like we're going to be getting a Gurinto. We also go over our what a persona is capable of. You have its Arcana, which doesn't serve much relevance, but it's a nice touch, at least in this game. Serves more relevance than the Persona 3 and 4. And you have what they're weak and resistant to. You also have their skills, which, be cautious with them, because you can only hold it up to... It might still be A, I'm not sure. But in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, it was 4 skills that you can hold up to. Golden Arena mode, at least. You can also see how long it's going to take before they level up again. Alright. Now we've explained that. Gonna walk across these, go in a bit of a circle. Alright, I think that actually should do is I start to mark these doors. So I need to look around this map. Alright then. In any case, that will probably about do it for this episode. So, next time on Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth, we're going to be continuing through Alice in Wonderland, or You in Wonderland, rather. And maybe we'll encounter these FOEs that we heard about. See you guys then!